Let me just mute everybody out because I'm not the host. Awesome. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, June 27th, Saturday. Just checking in from Charleston, South Carolina. Spent the last 2 weeks on a little roadshow tour throughout Florida. Just came across, had some great meetings, a little bit of lifestyle entrepreneurship, and yeah, it's a good time. So it's great to be back in Charleston. And I just want to welcome all of you to our Saturday training. We didn't do one last week because of the roadshow, and we won't be doing one next week because it's the 4th of July. So this is great for those of you who are brand new, and I see a bunch of new faces. We want to welcome you to the team. This is exciting. We do this every Saturday, barring a holiday and or some type of virtual roadshow that the company may be putting on, and the purpose is really just to get you off to the right start. You know, I think Dana said it really well in our post in One Team Works, where we just want to teach you how to be productive entrepreneurs, to be productive network marketers, you know, to be productive and going out and talking to people and, you know, making money, quite honestly. I mean, you're here for a business. You wouldn't be here if you weren't looking to build a business. And we're excited about that. So every week we try to bring some great stuff for you, and at the same time, maybe put a little bit of a different twist on it. And then really offer some resources that will allow you to succeed with the business. So let me share my screen, guys, because we got some visuals here. It's always good to have some visuals. So there you go. So you know, here's this slide is kind of interesting. It's you know, when Dana and I were doing our due diligence on My Daily Choice, we sat in this casino and not in the casino, but kind of like casino lobby, I guess it was. And we just talked about what could be, you know, what type of team would we want to develop? You know, what could we take from our combined 34 years of experience in this industry? And what's the best parts of it? What could make the most impact? And that's where it started when we said that. It was like, impact. We need to go out and make an impact. And the way we were going to make an impact was, number one, just empowering other people, you know, empowering other people to take ownership of their lives, to control their own destiny. And we knew in order to do so that we first and foremost need to step up our leadership game and lead the way. And I got to tell you, and I don't mind speaking on Dana's behalf, I'm sure she has her own twist on it, but I think that this is probably the most fun we've had taking a leadership role with a business. We've had a ton of fun. We've obviously attracted some amazing people, some of which we knew at the point of launching our business, but many of which, and this is a very good illustration, the majority of the people on this particular Zoom, we didn't even know 5 months ago, which is pretty amazing. So so we're excited about leading the way on that, but just as it's not more important, we're interested in cultivating and helping other people lead the way for themselves, you know, for their families, with their own business. And we're excited about that. And we're here to support you. You know, we're here to support you in a big way. So, you know, when it comes to network marketing, in these 2 books you see here, we're going to give a bunch of these books away today. But these are the 2 books that both Dana and I wrote over the last couple of years. They've got different twists to them, so I think you'll probably enjoy reading each of them. But, you know, mine in particular was kind of like a blueprint, or kind of like, I guess, remember the Cliff Notes when we were a kid? Like I wasn't a big reader, so I always grabbed the Cliff Notes. It was the path of least resistance to understand, you know, what the story was all about. And in my particular case, you know, I kind of broke it down into what I consider the 4 pillars of success in network marketing and building a home-based business. And in very simple terms, it was the mindset you have to have. It was the action steps or action that you need to take. You know, when you take that action, this is team building. Honestly, I mean, the power of network marketing is the power of leverage, and you can't really get leverage unless you take have the mindset of building a team. And then last but not least, not everybody wants to be a leader, but for those that do, in other words, for those that want a permanent comma in their check and a chance to have a high single digit, if not 2 digits in front of that comma, it does take some leadership skills. And we're going to talk a little bit about all that. We're not going to do a super deep dive into each one right here, but I think it's important to recognize that, this is kind of like a, personal development program with a compensation plan around it, especially for those of you who are new to entrepreneurship, new to network marketing. We do need to help you have the right mindset, not only initially to launch your business, but the right mindset to maneuver your way through the monotony of like life, day in and day out, in the process of building a business. And we're going to give you that, help you with that, not just today, but ongoing. We're going to help you, have the right action steps and so on and so forth. So Dana, before we kind of go on to the next piece here, do you have any kind of opening comments you'd like to share with everybody?
Yes. So first of all, you guys have gone above and beyond our wildest manifestations. We manifested an incredible team of heart-centered light workers that really want to make an impact in people's lives, and that want to own their own life, and that want to design their own life, and that want the freedom to be able to choose if they want to work virtually or wherever they want to work in the world, not be chained to the 9 to 5, or if they have a job they love, do it on the side and create a nest egg for your family, get out of debt. Whatever is your vision, we're here to help you create. And the reason we're giving away books today, I don't know about you guys, but books make me excited. I feel like my game in network marketing, my everything went from amateur to kind of good to, okay, I'm better at this, to, wow, I really got this down, to this is going to be a life-changing freedom income experience. And I feel like every single one of those stages I went through, I read books along the way that helped me have shifts, that taught me how to do things as a professional, that helped me change other people's lives and become a coach and a mentor. So if you guys are excited about the book giveaway, comment 1 in the chat. And also when you comment 1, that will enter you, because we're going to be doing random giveaways with names throughout the whole thing. And so super, super excited to spoil you guys, because I feel like you spoil us. You fill my cup, you fill David's cup, with just us being so darn proud of all of you guys. And if you're brand new, believe me, you're still going to make us proud. So we're excited to get this started. This training is all about how to help you get a return on your investment back right away, get into profit right away, get into action, and just learn the basic steps on how to make this work in your life.
Awesome. So just a baseline thing, Dana. We always talk about why, which is so rudimentary, but it's interesting. At least over my career, there's so many times where I've lost my why and had to regain it, or at least refocus, I should say, on it to kind of elevate myself, to a new level. Can you speak to the importance of really understanding why you're doing a business like this?
Awesome. Okay, the other thing is, if any of you guys have a Zoom name that doesn't really tell me who you are, change your Zoom name to your first and last name if you can. I can call out the nickname, but I won't always know who you are. That's okay. Okay, an emotional connection. So in some of the books I've read, it basically, studies always show, psychology always shows that when you're starting a new endeavor and you have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and there's no emotional connection, then you'll quit on yourself, or you have a higher chance of quitting on yourself. And so what we want you to have an emotional component. We want there to be something in your heart, in your brain, that says, I will not stop, because I know that this is the opportunity of a lifetime. And in my heart and in my mind, I want to change my life so bad that I will do anything and whatever it takes. And those people that have the whatever it takes attitude are the ones that usually make it. And so it's my vision really thinking big, thinking really big on how many six-figure income earners we can create out of One Team Works. And, you know, even further, multiple six figures or more. And so it's like, how many can we create? We can only do that if you have an emotional connection. There has to be something saying, you know, I want to change my situation. And so for me, when I first found network marketing, I was struggling. You wouldn't know it from the outside. And that's the importance of never prejudging who you talk to, because everyone else would have thought that I was successful and had, you know, 3 clinic locations and had it all. But on the inside, I was struggling because I didn't have joy. I didn't have time freedom. I didn't get to spend time with my beautiful little toddlers, right? And then something happened in my life that at the time that I was approached about network marketing, no one else knew. I secretly got pregnant with my 3rd baby, wasn't expecting it, and it overwhelmed me to the point of motivating me to make a change, right? And so you just never know where someone's life story is, or where their heart is, or where their struggle is. And you guys, you got to look internally and think, where's my struggle? You know, where's my heart at, and what do I want out of my life? And so really think big about why you're doing this.
Yeah, and I appreciate you sharing that, Dana. And, you know, for me, it was kind of similar that, you know, I had a great career, was making a great living, but was scared of not being present if I was to build a family. Kind of like similar like you. You know, my father was an entrepreneur, and there was a period, a very fertile period of my adolescence where he really wasn't that present. And I had great parents, don't misunderstand me, but he had priorities to go out and support his family. And he just wasn't that present because he was working so much and traveling out of state. And I just told myself at one point that, gosh, if I could figure out a way to build a business that would enable me to be present, how powerful would that be? And yeah, I mean, I guess the rest is history, right? Because that's what this profession has really ultimately provided. So appreciate you sharing that. You know, one of the things that you're going to want to do, and always do, quite honestly, it's kind of a moving target to some degree, is have a goal for yourself. And, you know, what I want to say about goals is, first of all, they're all different, and it's got to be ideal to you. I mean, obviously it's got to be realistic. It's got to be, you know, I think time oriented, and it's got to be something that will reward you if you go out and achieve it. But it can't be just focused on a monetary goal. I guess that's my point. It can't just be a monetary goal or a rank goal. We speak a lot about rank advancement because we know if we advance people through the ranks of the plan, that they'll be making more money and they'll be taking, you know, big leaps or steps towards their overall goal. But the goal that I really want you to be thinking about today and every day is the activity goals that you do. Because at the end of the day, it's all about what you do day in and day out. It's all about those income producing activities. You know, how many people you speak to, the number of appointments that you set, the number of presentations that you give, or the number of tours, I should say, that people go through. It's really going to dictate, you know, what you have as a goal. Now, with that said, the first earned rank within my daily choice is 5K. And it's really where you start putting a permanent comma in your check. But what we've done as a team is we've set 2 steps in between that, 1,000 points and 2,500 points. So, you know, if you're not at 1,000 points, that's got to be your first goal, you know, getting there first and foremost. When you get to 1,000 points, helping a couple people achieve 1,000 points, that's what's going to get you to 2,500 points. That makes sense. And so, you know, wherever you may be, you know, just have that goal, you know, write it down, internalize it, know what you need to do to go out and ultimately achieve it. Now, as far as launching your business, Dana, what do you think about launching your business? We just went through a launch, and we're actually kind of like shuffling the deck and getting ready for our kind of, I don't want to say a relaunch, but this kind of changing gears. What's the best advice you can give to people when they're brand new and they want to launch a business?
I think Keith Lee just said it perfectly in the chat. He said 1,000 EV is his goal. Keith just got started. Congratulations, Keith. Keith got me on a Connect Zoom yesterday, right? He talked to people, he connected them with his upline, and he's launching his business and he's already set his goal. So sometimes I think we overcomplicate it in our mind and we don't have to do that. The other thing is the power of your mind, setting your intention, and kind of like, just like you warm up before you work out or warm up before you do a run. I want you guys to really warm up your mind and think, I'm launching this in a big way. I'm going to work harder than I have in the past because I want to get it off the ground. I know it's worth it because of the success stories I've heard, right? So you kind of have to sometimes piggyback on success stories. I remember when I first got started and I knew I had to launch the very first time 6 years ago. I saw all these people on stage, and David, you were one of them. I went to my very first network marketing event, and David was on stage, and I remember being way in the back of the room, newly pregnant, no one knew, kind of by myself, and just kind of taking it all in. And I remember seeing some of the people walking across the stage, and I just thought, if they can do it, I can do it. I just need the roadmap. And so we're here to hold your hand and give you guys the roadmap.
Excellent, excellent. By the way, just Dana, how are we going to give away? Are we doing this intermittently, the book giveaway, or how?
Well, every time I start typing in people's names, you call on me. So like,
Hey, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk for a bit. You go do all this stuff.
Thank you.
Let me roll through some slides here. Okay, great.
I want to give these people away some books.
Yeah, we got 75 amazing humans on here, so
yeah.
I'll let you type away. You take care of that. You're the queen of multitasking. So, here's a common question that I think everybody that comes into network marketing has. What do I lead with when building a business? Do I lead with getting customers, or do I lead by recruiting affiliates, building a team? I think it's a combination of the two. What I want to say though is that inherently, like, it's just very natural, no matter what the company that I've watched over the years, people come in as affiliates and they feel that their primary objective is to go out and get customers. And yes, that is true. But one of the reasons so many people lean towards just acquiring customers is because they're a little intimidated to talk about the business model, whether it be because they're new to it, they feel they haven't had any success, they're not making money yet, or whatever reason, they shy away a little bit from talking about the business side of things. This is a really important thing that we really want to dive into, because as I think we all know, it's just naturally easier when you're passionate and your belief is centered around the products and how they make you feel, the value propositions built into them. It's natural for you to talk to them, right? I mean, I think most of you would agree on that. But when it comes to enrolling affiliates, this is where you're going to get your leverage. If you look at this business as like a distribution business, think about it like logically, it's about a lot of people doing a little, and you would like to get some leverage and leverage other people's time and energy and effort and resources and skill sets and experiences and relationships. I mean, you name it. So we want to really help you kind of dive into that. And I think today, more than ever, people are looking for opportunity. I mean, this is no secret. We talk about it each and every week with this whole COVID thing that's gone down. It's disrupted a lot of people. It really has. It's absolutely mad. I'm not going to get into it, but it's just really kind of disturbing to some degree, how people's lives have been adjusted. And when it first started, for those of you who have children, you can relate. Kids were like being homeschooled, which was extraordinarily disruptive for people. Secondly, people were getting furloughed and ultimately laid off, and there was stimulus running around. And then what the net of it is, there's been 45 million people who have filed for unemployment. Even going out and over the last couple of weeks, being on the road and going into multiple restaurants and having conversations, including last night when I got back to Charleston, had my son and I went out to dinner, and we had, discussions with some people who are working there. And it's just good to see people, but you can tell people are just scrambling, trying to figure out, what am I going to do? And so I'm not a fear-based person, I'm an internal optimist, but I do believe in being proactive, and I do believe in controlling your own destiny. And I think a lot of other people are coming to that light as well. So it's important, in order to effectively go out and talk to people about a business, that number one, you believe in the network marketing model. Okay. If you're new to it, it may take reading a couple of these books. It may take going to YouTube. It may take, listen to Eric Worre or somebody that can kind of help you through that process. But your belief in this model is going to help. Your conviction behind what you're doing and why you're doing it is going to play, I think, a very significant role in that. And I think the other piece that I'll mention is it's just important to have that servant kind of attitude when you go out there into place. In other words, it's not about you having a business and going out and making money, because if you do it and you take that position, everybody sees it, everybody feels it. Nobody likes commission breath, when they feel that coming. But if you're genuinely on purpose and you're purpose driven in what you're doing, people are going to be receptive to what you have to offer. If you ask the right questions with people and just genuinely be more interested than interesting, people are going to want to hear what you have to say. Okay. So as you go, whether you're brand new or not, understand that the network you have, or the network that you develop, is going to equal your net worth. And this is a really important piece of this thing, that you have to be organized in business. Look at it from this perspective. If you were to go out and, let's say you were going to go out and invest, $100,000 into a franchise, and you had to borrow money to do it, and it was a significant borrow. As a matter of fact, you leveraged your house, you leveraged whatever it was to do it. How serious would you take it? You're obviously going to treat it like a significant business, right? And at the same time, you would get really organized. You would follow the franchise model. You wouldn't recreate the wheel. You wouldn't do anything else. The same thing applies in network marketing. I just tell, because what most people do, incidentally, is, for a lot of people, it's that proverbial side hustle. It's it's not part of your overall world, but you really have to have the mindset around it that it can be a full-time endeavor if that's what you want it to be. And the only way that I've seen that you can actually do that is to become very, very organized on who you're speaking to, when you're speaking to them, what you're saying, how you're saying it, what the results have been. So one of the exercises, if you haven't done so already, is this weekend, as you launch or relaunch or re-engage or whatever it may be into your business, is to get yourself organized, whether it be a network notebook, whether it be index cards like I use. I'm kind of old school with it, but it's good to have a particular 3x5 card and have a real person attached to it. Whatever it may be, I think it's important to be organized on that front. Now, when it comes to the method of operation of what we do, I've always used this acronym GAME, standing for G for go public, asking the magic questions, moving people through the tools, and ultimately the follow-up, and ultimately enrolling people. So I just kind of lay this out philosophically, because as obvious as it really is, it's just important. There's important pieces with each of this. Okay. The piece about going public, there's so many ways you can go public, right? You can go public via social media. You can go public on picking up the phone and talking to people. You could go public and just everybody you talk to, wherever it may be. Like if you use the analogy of, you were to go out and open that franchise, and let's say it was a brick and mortar franchise in the middle of a town, you wouldn't just go through all the expense and then just, put an open sign at the door and just wait for people to come in, right? You would do some advertising, you do some promotion, you do anything you can to generate interest, traffic, inquiries into your business. The same applies here. Okay. If you want this to be a real business for yourself, you need to talk to people, and talk to a lot of people, and not be that like advertorial. Like I see a lot of people in network marketing, you get involved, and then all of a sudden it's kind of a monkey see, monkey do business, incidentally. That's kind of like there's all kinds of pros and cons to social media, but when it comes to social media, be it Facebook or Instagram, people look and see what other people do, and they go, well, that's what I got to do. And they just don't be that person that's just being an advertorial. I think some of the more brilliant things that I've seen especially most recently, or for example, is with our CBD masks. Like personally, I think that's pretty interesting, where you sit there and whether it's a Facebook Live or whether you've done a bunch of videos and you kind of create a story where you're, applying the mask, talking about the benefits of it, coming back, peeling it off, and then just like speaking to how awesome you feel. To me, that creates curiosity. It also tells people, it also, talks about the benefits. I think that's really strong. So we'll talk a little bit about, and I'll bring Dana back at some point to talk about going public on social media. She does it pretty well. The A is for about asking questions. And again, we've got a resource for you to come up with some words that work that we'll kind of refer to. But here's the thing. You want to engage with people. It's not about going out as much as we're ultimately selling something, ultimately we're selling ourselves, above anything else. And what I mean by asking questions is just getting people engaged, finding out where people are, what's happening in their world, what are they most excited about, what are some of their biggest challenges, really diving into people and showing interest is what really puts them on their toes to have great conversations, really puts you in a position to what I call qualify them for maybe having an interest in this particular product, or qualifying them for having an interest in learning about the model network marketing and what it can do for them, or learning about specifically the system that My Daily Choice has that enables them to build a business from the comfort of their phone or wherever they may be. You see, so there's a lot of good qualifying questions, and again, we got a resource for you that we'll share momentarily. The M for moving people to the tools. The one thing I want to say about this is that no matter how credible or not credible, for that matter, that you may feel you are, chances are you're right, but you don't want to make yourself the issue in this business. Okay, that's one of the beauties of the system with My Daily Choice, is that all you really have to do is be somewhat of a tour guide, where once you qualify somebody for having an interest, you can send them a particular video, send them the particular tour, send them a particular link that will give them the information they're looking for. But the important piece of this thing, guys, is that it's not what works, it's what duplicates. So for example, there are some people that have a fairly high level of influence in the relationships they have. And they pick up the phone. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm looking for. Would you like to get involved? And people say yes. Or they have influence based on whatever about, and people are interested in the product. But that won't duplicate, because not everybody's that case. So you really want to, kind of act from a level of the lowest common denominator, if that makes sense, and just not make yourself the issue and use the tools, okay? And then lastly, the enroll piece. The thing I'll say about that is this: the fortune's always in the follow-up. And so once you engage people, realize that it could take 5, 6, 7, 8 touches of some sort before somebody raises their hand. Too many people approach people, get a firm, no, I'm not interested in that, and they roll over. Whereas the person's not interested because either they're just preoccupied or have something on their mind, or just don't know what they're saying yes or no to, for that matter. They don't have time, or whatever it may be. So the follow-up's a really important piece. And then the enrollment piece is important because you want to model. I mean, that's the thing that I always tell people is, if you look at this from the perspective of kind of being the franchise without the franchise tag, what you model is what's going to duplicate. And we're going to talk about that as well. Where are you at with things, Dana? You got a bunch of names in there?
I want to give some books away. Can we do that?
Okay. Well, let's take a break and go for it. I mean,
okay, so we have, what are we giving away again? Okay, so we're giving away Magnetic Soulpreneur. We're giving away, ooh, I have a winner. Hold on.
You muted yourself out, Dana.
Okay, hold on. Okay, pick a random name. Here we go. Okay, we have.
You muted yourself out again, Dana.
Which book should we give away first? Because I have a winner.
I mean, the soul
Magnetic Soulpreneur.
Magnetic Soulpreneur, yeah.
Okay. So our very first winner of Magnetic Soulpreneur, which I don't even have a copy of my book. I think it's back there. I'll have to go get it. Is Kristen Blakemore. Kristen, congratulations, Kristen. Please.
Thank you.
Yay, girl.
Awesome.
Okay, good, Kristen. So message me your address. All of you guys message us your address after. Okay, hold on. Let me give one more. We're going to give a Ripple Marketing random giveaway. Okay, winner of wait, give me a second. It takes like a second to go through all the names.
Yeah, this is a
Okay.
You're using a Google app, right? Is that what you're using?
Random name picker. Okay, so the next winner for Ripple Marketing is Lori. Lori, you on? I think your last name, I think it's Shayu, but you can tell me if I said it wrong. But Lori, congrats.
Yeah, Lori
Yay!
Shayu. Thank you.
Woohoo! Ripple Marketing for you, girl.
Right on.
Congratulations. Okay, I'm going to give away one more. Hold on. Random name. Okay, next winner. Ooh, I'm excited about this one. Excited about all of them. The next winner is a Magnetic Soulpreneur for Megan Stockman. Megan, woohoo! Congrats, girl.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. I'm so
Yay!
excited.
Give me your address. Okay, Dave, we can go on now.
Cool. So let's talk about the power of four, Dana. Why don't you kind of take this slide?
So the power of four is a really important concept. The one thing that makes network marketing work better is when you have things automated in systems and an exact blueprint of what people need to do as soon as they come in to help them get their investment back right away. Okay. And that gets them into action, gets them their first belief check, shows them that they can do it. Right. So it just shows them that they can do it, because everyone, when you first get started on something new, you kind of like, you just don't know. You just have this, you want it, you see it's great, you have a strong why, but you still have this worry in your mind. And so if you help them, if you help your new people, or if you're brand new and you do this power of four, it's going to make things run smoother. Okay. So if you come in, you sign up, got my affiliate account, got my executive pack, I qualify at the highest pay, I'm ready to rock my business, I have my direct deposit set up, and I come in and I want to immediately in my mind sign up 2 people on my left, 2 people on my right. That's the power of four. When you do that and it's stacked equally, not only will the person head towards getting a return on their investment right away, they'll also be entered in the global bonus pool. They'll get an extra bonus for signing up 4 people in a month. They'll most likely get on the national leaderboard, and you can celebrate them for that. You can celebrate them for everything, right? And then also in the reoccurring orders, they'll be binary qualified. So the binary qualified means that you make commission on reoccurring orders when you have them 2 on your left, 2 on your right. So we can't make it any more simple than that. But I feel like that's really something, if someone's coming in, you want to give them their first goal, right? And that would be the goal, to give them the power of four.
Yes, I like that. So let's talk about the modeling in general. Dana, I kind of alluded to it, like whatever you do in moderation, your team's going to do in excess, but this is a business of duplication. So some of the things, some of the principles that we speak about, they may sound really rudimentary, but you want to take ownership of it, because it's going to help you as you go out and build a business. And where it really starts is how you particularly enroll affiliates. Forget customers for a moment, because customers are going to come in all kinds of different ways, order different products. But this is a really important piece that we want to make sure everybody is fully understands themselves, and as they're speaking to people, they can kind of articulate that as well. So, when people come in as an affiliate, the one thing about My Daily Choice is they're pretty flexible. They don't really say, buy this one package, this is the way you come in. They're flexible, but based on how you come in with the business volume attached to your product purchases will dictate your pay structure in the program initially out of the gate, okay? So the director pack, which is $199, it's 100 business volume. When you come in at that level at 100 BV, you're qualified as a director, and the company will pay you 35% commission on your personally enrolled customers or affiliates. Okay? On their first order and their first based on 2 levels of jump starts. There you go. On 2 levels of jump starts, which means very simply, let's say that I enrolled Patty and she purchased, whatever she purchased, say 100 business volume in product. Now I'm an executive, so I'm getting paid executive qualified. So I'm getting paid 50%, or I get paid $50 in doing that. And then when Patty goes out and enrolls some customers or affiliates or whomever, that's her first level, my second level. Okay, so I'm getting paid as a director, and that's just your pay. But if you enter the program at the executive level, which is 200 business volume, you are paid not 35, but 50% on your personally enrolled customers and affiliates, and not 2, but 4 levels of jumpstart bonuses. The reason this is so important, guys, is that when you build this business and people are referring people, you will get way beyond that second level pretty quickly, okay, as the duplication develops. And actually, in this portion of the compensation plan, the jumpstart portion, you can get paid up to 10 levels of these initial order jumpstart bonuses, okay? What's the point here? The point is, don't let yourself, don't let other people not get paid at the executive level out of the gate, okay? It's I always kind of jokingly say, friends don't let friends get paid less. But the other benefit of coming in at the HempWorks executive package is that you get more products, which are going to expand your mind, expand your experience, expand your ability to speak on a broader level as it pertains to the products. Okay, for example, who wouldn't want to be experiencing this CBD coffee? Who wouldn't want to be experiencing, the face mask or the bath bombs or the hair care or whatever it may be? So it's just natural, and that's where 80% of the people enroll, and most of you probably have as well. But enrolling at that level is proper. Now, if you have not enrolled at that level, just understand that the way the system works is that in any particular given month, as long as you have 200 personal volume, you can qualify yourself an executive. So if you came in as a director this month, for example, you can purchase another 100 points of volume, and you can qualify as an executive. Okay. And then lastly is the value package. It's obviously a higher package. It allows you to pick 13 of the products from the HempWorks line. But it's just that, it's value. Okay. So if you're looking for value and you want to do a broader, deeper dive, that's certainly, where you want to enter. Now just keep this in mind, 9 times out of 10, however you personally enroll is how the affiliates that you attract are going to enroll as well. So again, model, ultimately what you want to duplicate. Now, the other portion of this thing, and Dana, you may want to hit on this, is the auto ship, which again, new to network marketing. It may sound, it may be new to you, but this is going to do a couple things. And Dana, why don't you kind of outline that for everybody?
Yeah, I will. So, okay. So, sorry, I'm trying to give away. I have to make sure. So when I typed up the names, 2 different people have won that are not on anymore. So they were on at the beginning of the training and they already jumped off, and so they're missing out. So I'm just letting you guys know, we're double checking. You have to be on to win. So I feel bad for those that jumped off, but I'm excited for the people that are going to win that stayed, right? So you show up, you go up, and you win. So ready? The next winner of Ripple Marketing is Jen Cook. Jen is getting ready to have a baby. And I'm not sure exactly when your due date is, Jen, but you're looking so adorable and that baby bump, and we're excited to give you Ripple Marketing. Congratulations, Jen. All right. You on, girl? Woohoo! Okay, good. Okay, so the auto ship, I love the fact that we get to talk about the rewards, okay? When they launched this auto ship rewards program, my jaw dropped. I can't even fathom that after 13 months on auto ship, which we're going to be building a business anyways, our auto ship is our only overhead, right? Our only overhead is to consume some of the most incredible products on the planet, best CBD ever, total self-care, self-love, mental health, and happiness type of products that we would be consuming anyways, right? And so that's our only overhead for our business. I mean, I've had brick and mortar businesses. The overhead is high. There was oftentimes I didn't even know how much money I was bringing home after the bills were paid. And so with this, your auto ship is your overhead and everything is profit. All you have to do is show up and put in the work and be coachable and ready to learn and ready to grow. And so the auto ship is amazing. I always look forward to it every month on what I'm going to put in there, but the rewards makes it really fun because July 1st, if you guys were in when they first launched the auto ship rewards in April, then July 1st is the first month we get to, because you have to be in 3 months of auto ship in order to redeem your rewards. So you get 10% back on anything in your auto ship. You get 10% back towards future products. And then it's a tiered program where they reward you for staying in longer. And I love that because it's going to create a foundation and will give you guys retention in your business. And that is true residual income. Okay. So you get to consume the products you love. After 13 months, they give you 30% back on every auto ship. Like, that is awesome. And so for me, I think in my mind, like, if I spend $100 on my auto ship, I get $30 back every month towards future products. Like, that's a lot of free CBD. That makes me excited. And also it makes me excited that my preferred customers will get rewarded and my affiliates will get rewarded also.
Absolutely. And the other thing that I want to really emphasize is that whether you're being paid as a director or optimally an executive, to maintain that payout, you have to have 90 personal volume. This is the way to take care of it, guys. So if you're not on an auto ship, if you came in this month and you did not set up your auto ship, you need to do that today. Okay. Because as you go into July, that's what's going to dictate how you get paid. You don't want to fall down and have to repurchase 200 BV. So the model is come in as an executive, set up the auto ship, get paid indefinitely at that level. Okay. That's a really important piece of this thing. And then the first step in really going out and building your business is to become what's called binary qualified. See, in the compensation plan, the jumpstart portion of the plan is what's going to pay you weekly. That's in all the volume that comes in the first order. So for example, in the month of June, all the new customers or affiliates that have enrolled with you, that volume that they purchased goes through the jumpstart portion of the plan. Let's say that somebody orders something a week or two ago and they say, hey, you know what, I want to get something else. That too will go through the jumpstart portion of the plan. It's all within that first calendar month that goes through the jumpstarts. In terms of building your residual income with My Daily Choice, one of the initial facets of it is through the binary portion of the plan, okay, which means all the volume that happens in your second month and beyond, okay, is volume that will go through the binary portion of the plan. Now, in order to become binary qualified, number one, you got to be in your second month and beyond, but you want to do this right out of the gate, and that means you just have you have that 90-point auto ship, and B, you have 90 points of business volume on your left leg and 90 points of business volume on your right leg. And that could be coming from customers or affiliates, okay? But this is something you just want, and you'll see in your back office, but you want to make sure you're binary qualified, out of the gate. Now, that's just some of the rudimentary stuff when it comes to modeling the business. The other part though is, using the system. And this is, kind of interesting in that It goes back to what I was saying earlier about not making yourself the issue. The company has put together a fully automated online marketing system for us for free. It's got all types of lead capture pages, video presentations. There's built-in email marketing campaigns for people who opt in and use it. There's a built-in contact management system in your back office. And if you haven't done so already, you want to go to the app store that's applicable to you, whether you're using an Apple or an Android, and download the phone app. What's it called again? The Genius? Is it called MDC Genius? Yeah.
Yeah.
MDC Genius. You want to download this phone app. It's really slick, and they're just adding different facets to it. It's probably the most effective phone app in the network marketing space. But you can manage your business. You can check your back office. You can send videos. You can use it for prospecting, however you want to do it. But this is one of the beauties, and this is one of the attraction points that will allow you to attract people to your business when they realize that it's virtual and they can do it from wherever. I mean, like, it's case in point. I was on the road for the last 2 weeks. I wasn't held down to a particular location to build my business. If I was speaking to somebody, I was able to pick up my phone, go grab a link, cut, paste, send it to somebody, and be alerted, quite honestly, when they actually opened it and viewed it. So I think that it's a really, really powerful system. And the more you use it, the better off you're going to be. Okay. Yeah. Anything else you want to add to that, Dana?
Hey, oh yeah. So sorry, I was reading the chat. The chat. I love you guys so much. Like, I just could literally feel so good just reading all the chat all day. Like, the love and the empowerment that goes on in this team is really seriously something special. And so you fill my cup to everyone. Thank you so much. And the app is something that makes your business easier. And so one thing you want to think of when you're evaluating a company is, will I get duplication? Duplication only happens if things are so simple a 6-year-old can do it. And that's how the app is. And it's everything you need is right there. All the information for any prospect is right there. You can send your pre-enrollee link right there. Just makes things easier. And then the marketing system video tour is all you need. Just don't overcomplicate it, guys, as you're showing people things. Use the tools we have and keep it simple.
Yeah, and just a couple tips too. I mean, look, you don't want to necessarily put people through the video tour if they're just interested in product. Like you can send people. Dan, you crack me up, man. I always know you. I don't know anybody that multitasks and can be like all over the place more than you and still be dialed in. I can't do it, but I can't look at it. I got to block out your video here. But if somebody's interested in the product, you can send them to your corporate site, your personal My Daily Choice or Hempwork site that's tied to you. I got my link flowing around all around my father and his friends and stuff like that, because my father had some really tremendous results on the relief cream and the tincture, the 750. And so he's chatting up. He's a classic network marketer and doesn't even know it, but he's chatting it up with everybody as he runs. He's back in New Jersey. He's telling everybody how he got his hole in one after 65 years of playing golf. And everybody's like, and he's like sincerely is like giving partial credit to the CBD. It's giving him more flexibility in his back and everything else. And, the guy's like 80 years old. The guys are like, well, what? How do I get my hands on this stuff, right? It's this classic story. And that's the point, is that facts tell and stories sell, right? Anyhow, I don't want to digress too much on that, but let's change the subject here. So, words that work. Okay. So if you go to the One Teamworks page, and Dane and I had a business meeting this week, and we were talking about how do we enhance the support on our One Teamworks. And we sat around on the computer and we looked at it and we figured out that we can create units. And we're going to be doing that over the next week and recrafting that. But right now, if you go to the announcement section on the One Teamworks, you'll see a document there called Words That Work. It's a PDF. So we're not going to go too deep in what to say and how to say it. There's a nice document that'll give you ideas of how you approach people, whether you're leading with a product, how do you approach people if you're leading with a business. The only differentiator, the only factor that you bring to the table is your level of enthusiasm. And just remember this, when you're talking to people, people buy into the height of your enthusiasm versus the depth of your knowledge. You do not need to be an expert in network marketing. You do not need to be an expert in CBD. You just need to show enthusiasm and tell a story. It's as simple as that. Here's just a couple short examples. You know, if you're looking for people to join your business, and you don't have to dive into this, it's on this document, but you know, it's just like, you know, when you talk to people and you know, and if you're excited about what you're doing, tell them what you're doing, tell them what you're looking for, and seeing if they like to learn more. I mean, you're just really kind of going for no in the process. Again, same thing if you're leading with the product. You know, what I've learned, by the way, just as our side note, is that if you lead predominantly with the product and somebody says no, which they will and they should, because not everybody, it's not everybody's going to be interested, but they say no, it's very hard to transition to the business piece. Whereas I've found that when you're very business centric and somebody's not interested in that, it's very easy to say a couple things, including, well, okay, that's cool. Well, who do you know that would have an interest in making additional income? Who do you know that would be interested in being self-employed and take advantage of the tax code? Who do you know that wouldn't mind owning their own online virtual CBD business? You can always network through people, right? At the same time, if somebody's not interested in the business, I found it very much easier to say, well, that's cool. You'd probably be interested in the products. You know, if I send you a link, you know, will you check it out? So that's just my thing, but I think it's, you know, it's a skill set that, you know, that you can definitely learn in the process. But no matter what you're saying, this is probably the single most important phrase you can get down when talking to people. If I, will you? And the reason why is that you're getting some level of commitment, some level of compliance in terms of people, you know, accepting the offer to review something, which puts you in a position to schedule time to follow up. So, you know, like if I said to Dana, it's like, hey, you know, we were talking about whatever, and say CBD came up, and she's like, yeah, I've been like a little bit stressed out, or I got this, you know, neck issue or whatever. And I says, well, you know, what do you know about CBD? And she says, well, I've heard a little bit about it. I'm not really sure. And you give them a little explanation and say, well, look, if I send you a link to my website, will you take the time to review it and see what's applicable to you? I mean, it's kind of like yes or no. And when they say yes, then it's very easy to say, well, look, the great thing about this is that there's no risk. You know, get results or get your money back. The company puts you in a position to try product for 60 days, and there's an empty bottle policy. Now, we all know that's every good company should have some type of, you know, guarantee. But the truth is very few people take it up on that. I mean, they just don't. But it's a great, you know, marketing tool to use when actually doing it. Connect calls, Dana. Let's talk about this for a minute.
I mean, it really is an art form. I mean, it's an art form to invite, right? It's an art form to connect someone. It's an art form to edify, right? So for me, the basic is talk highly of the person that's mentoring you or whoever you're connecting them with. It could be anyone. Talk highly about them because you want to make them want to meet them, right? So I edify the person I'm going to connect my prospect with, and I let them know this is just for you to hear their story and get a different viewpoint. And the third party validation is another human need. It's the same as when we're thinking of what we're going to purchase and we start looking through all the reviews. You know, that's a third party validation. So it's just another way of connecting them with the team, right? Because we're way more powerful together. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but we're way more powerful together. We're having a lot of fun together. You want to edify the team, edify what we're doing, edify the person you're going to connect them with, and be professional about setting up an appointment.
Yeah, and I think the way to look at it, Dana, is that, like, for example, everybody knows us, me, you, Dana, everybody on here. Everybody knows you the way they know you. And they may not know you as a, you know, successful entrepreneur or a person that could, why would so-and-so even be, like, approaching me regarding a business? What do they know about business? So that's why it's important to kind of, like, have a person to edify and leverage the team. You know, and so, you know, as you're out there, again, this is another facet of just not making yourself the issue. Whomever you're working with, whatever 5 or 10K or above that you're working with in your up team, like, just edify them and just make the connect. And but do so once they've reviewed information. For example, this is what I tell people. Like, I'll do a connect call with anybody, but my requirements are very straightforward. Number one, the person should have reviewed some information, whether it be they've taken the tour, They've reviewed the website, but they've basically done that. And they said, you know what, this seems interesting. I'd like to learn more, or I have some questions, you see, and then we go through the process. As Dana mentioned, you schedule it. And these don't have to be elongated calls. These are not designed to be presentations. These are designed to answer questions and to help people get started right, find their lane and help them get into it. Dana, I know this is your favorite topic. It's certainly your favorite slide. You want to talk a little bit about—
my favorite thumbnail ever. That's fun. I mean, I have a lot of bad ones. If you want to see all the bad thumbnails, you can go to the YouTube channel, because YouTube only gives you like 3 thumbnail options. And so I always have to pick the best of all the worst, like which one's the best bad thumbnail. And so you guys can see them all on the YouTube channel. Then you'll have a little slideshow. So going public. How many of you guys comment a 2 in the chat if you have gone public on social media in one way or another, and then follow it up with telling us all how you did it? Did you do a generic engagement? What do you know about CBD post? Did you do an unboxing on your stories? Did you go big and do an unboxing on your Facebook Live? Like, how did you do it? Let us know so that the newer people can get ideas. For me, it's people cannot join you if they don't know what you're doing. If you were to open a boutique, brick and mortar boutique, would you not have it everywhere as a grand opening for all your family and friends to know? Yes. When a restaurant opens, they have a grand opening. They do marketing. They tell the whole community that it's opening. You want to do the same thing with posture and excitement. There's nothing less than about your business just because you only spent $379 to start it. That doesn't mean it's anything less than a business, because the income opportunity is massive compared to other brick and mortar businesses. So keep that in mind, recognize the profession we're in and how powerful it is, and be proud and let people know on social media what you're doing.
Proud, I love it. Be loud and proud. This is just another example, and honestly, this is very effective. People who do blog posts initially, and if you haven't done a blog post of some sort, take a variation of this particular slide and do it today. Just how to do a blog post. You kind of like with a colored background and just a very simple question. Hey, I'm curious, who has used CBD and what has it done for you? What you're going to find is a lot of people have been exposed to it in one way, shape, or form, or at a minimum, know people who have. But the key when you do a post like this is to engage with those that engage. Matter of fact, that's the key to any social media strategy, which so many people, and I'm talking like 90% of the people, don't necessarily dive into it. They wait for people to reach out to them, whereas the opportunity is to be proactive and reach out and engage with those people. Engage. What I mean by engage meaning they've liked the post or they've made a comment in the post. And so a couple of examples could be anybody that likes your post, you can reach out to them, not necessarily not in the feed, but through direct message, or if you know them very well, through direct message, and just ask them, or thank them rather, for engaging, and ask them what they like most. Same thing if somebody makes a comment, right? If somebody makes a comment and says, hey, I use CBD and it's helped me with this, then the natural thing to do is to reach out to them and not say, oh, they're already happy, they already have CBD. No, reach out and say, hey, if you don't mind me asking, what brand do you use? And then have a little conversation, let people know, hey, listen, I've started my own online CBD business. Would you be open, if I send you a link to my website, would you be open to evaluating and considering another brand or another products? It was just engaging with it, right? Dana, I know we're going a little bit over because we're through some giveaways and stuff like this. Can I just rip through this real quick?
Yeah, please, because I want to give 8 more books away. Whoop!
All right, you work on it. I'm gonna run through this real quickly, guys.
I'm ready. I got the names. I got all the names. They just have to be still on.
I know. Hold on. We're gonna rip right through this here. Okay, so this is an important piece of the equation. Onboarding your new affiliates. We have the One Team Works page. I got to assume everybody here is already there. If not, get added today. Okay, but the key is when you have a new affiliate that you enroll, you want to invite them to the One Teamworks page group. Once they accept that invite, take their profile pic or a picture you know they would love, and just do a welcome post, and then tag everybody you're working with. And just it's basically just a natural way to invite them to the community, make them feel included. It's a really powerful, first step in the process. Secondly, you're going to tag the new affiliates in the announcement section, of which, as I just mentioned, we're going to create a unit section, which is going to be a really awesome kind of training component. And the reason why it's important is because it's going to be there 24/7. Okay, you don't have to wait for the Saturday training that we have, where we kind of get together in person, but that'll be there for everybody as well. Okay, this is some other resources that I want to touch base on. If you are not on our texting service, guys, this is important. You simply text the word, all one word, One Team Works with an X on the end, to 46786. This will keep you alerted to any pop-up Zooms we have, pop-up trainings, pop-up business overviews that we do from time to time. Really important. Okay, we talked about the One Team Works Facebook group. Also, Dana mentioned the YouTube channel she's put together. Just go and search One Team Works, all one word with an X on the end, on YouTube. Subscribe and follow it, and we're going to actually enhance that as well. We were talking a little bit about that over the week, this past week as well, is how we can really categorize those videos and be a great resource, for you. As far as our call to action to the week, listen, go public on social media if you haven't done so. Don't be that advertorial billboard, but go public on social media. Challenge yourself to how many conversations you can have this week. Okay, because the amount of conversations you have this week is really going to dictate A, how you close the month, but B, how you go into the month of July. And Dane and I are kind of formulating some pretty cool incentives for the month of July, so you have to stay tuned for that. But closing out the month is going to be kind of a big part of it. So Dana, why don't I just bring you back? And again, I know we kind of, I don't know,
Yeah.
I'm in a slow talking mode today for some reason, but
why don't you take off the screen and we can show everyone what they're winning. So this is my book. I had to go find it. It was somewhere. I don't actually have a copy of your book, Dave, because I gave it to my last team member. And so you're going to have to show that. But I have more names of people that are winning, and I have these. Okay, so I have this GoPro by Eric Worre. This was the very first book that I read when I had an aha moment. Okay, so when I first started, I ran hard for 3 or 4 months, and I started getting a lot of traction. And my mentor kept saying, have you read that book I gave you? Have you read that book I gave you? And I was like, no, I don't have time to read. I'm in action. I'm like, I'm getting it done. I'm not going to just stop and read a book. Why would I do that? It would take so much time. Wrong mindset, right? I had to shift that. So finally I picked it up and I couldn't put it down. That's when I had such an aha moment, and it raised my belief level. When it raised my belief level, it came out when I was talking to prospects. Everything you put in goes out, okay? And it's super important to be putting in good things and raising your belief so that your posture is good when you're talking to prospects. So GoPro, this book is going to, ready? Let me make sure he's on still. Okay, good. Keith Lee. Keith, are you on? If you're on, I see you're on, but if you can tell me which one you want, I have a book or a CD set if you want to listen to it in the car. Okay, you can decide. The next winner is Deirdre Speed. Deirdre and Keith are team members, so I thought it was perfect. You guys can pick which one you want. And so Deirdre, Keith. Next winner is 10K, David Vargas. And David Vargas is such an incredible leader. Veteran of network marketing for way over 20 years, incredible person and human, and very good friend to me and to David. And so I have a feeling David will probably give it away to one of his new team members. So I have a 4-year career for women that I'm featured in, which is an amazing book all about the simplicity of network marketing and how to rock it. And so David, if you want to unmute and let me know who you want to give it to. I don't know where you are. You got to unmute though. There he is.
There you are.
Yes. What do you think?
Okay. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? New team member.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
New team member.
Amy Kuhn.
That's what I was hoping you would say. That's what I was hoping you
Amy
would say.
Kuhn.
Good choice. Congratulations, Amy. Get me your address. This one's going to you. Oh man, it's like you read my mind, Dave.
Thank you.
Yay, Amy Kuhn.
Congrats, Amy.
Yay, Amy, that's awesome. Okay, I have another 4-year career that's going to Cindy Vargas. Cindy Vargas was the next winner. So girlfriend's getting that. Awesome, awesome. Okay, hold on. I have a Ripple Marketing for Sonia Wickham Jackson from Hawaii. Sonia, if you're on, you're the winner. Okay, good. Unmute if you want or write it in the chat. I have a Magnetic Soulpreneur that goes to Signet. Signet in Colorado, beautiful soul. I got a really great chat with her yesterday under John Parcel and Ken Ludwig's team. So Signet, you're a winner of Magnetic Soulpreneur. Get with me with your address. And one last, oh no, 2 more to give away. Okay, 2 more. I have a 4-year career for women that's going to Lauren. Lauren, tell me how to say your last name, Lauren.
Ripto.
Ripto, good. Lauren, you're getting a 4-year career.
Thank you.
Message me on Facebook with your address.
Thank you.
And then one last one. No, 2 more. Ripple Marketing going to Teresa Manin. Teresa, are you on? Let me make sure she's on. If she's not on. Nope, Teresa's not on anymore, so nope, let me pick a new one. Ripple Marketing is going to Ya McFarland. Ya, congratulations. Okay, good.
Thank
Amy,
you so
good.
much.
Yeah,
Thank you. I really
yeah,
love it.
girl.
Hello, this is Sonia from Hawaii. I had to figure out the microphone and the video thingy, but thank you very much. Sonia
You're
from
welcome,
Hawaii.
Sonia, congratulations.
Take care. I'll see you
So
on the
much.
other side.
I love it. Good. Okay,
Good night.
wonderful. Awesome. Okay, one last book is going to, I have a 4-year career for women. That's going to Kitty Coy. Kitty, congratulations, girlfriend.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Yay. Okay, awesome, guys. Congratulations to all the winners. We're going to be, we love to spoil the team. And there's definitely a lot more where that came from. And thank you guys so much for jumping on. If you won or someone on your team won, congratulations to all the winners. And we love you guys so, so much. Please unmute and everyone say happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Happy Saturday, everyone.
Saturday.
Bye.
Happy Saturday.
Thank you so much for an awesome training. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for the training. Thanks for the training.
Congratulations to all the winners and congratulations.
Thank you,
to everyone.
Dana. Thank you, David.
Thank you for the
Thank you,
win. Thank
Dana.
you. I'm excited.
Happy Saturday.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.